Hi everyone, how's life, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So yes, Halloween has arrived here in Disneyland Paris, and I am so excited to show you everything that you need to know for this season, from the characters to the decorations, the food, the merchandise, and one of my new favorite things this Halloween season, the Unlucky Nugget Saloon. So there's plenty to be seen. This is going to be your ultimate guide for the Halloween season 2025. And we're going to start our journey at the entrance of Disneyland Park with the beautiful Disneyland Hotel over there. But even more beautiful right now, we have the Mickey flower bed, which is now in Halloween colors. It's orange and red and purple and yellow. It is beautiful. And if you look at the details, you will even spot some pumpkins around the area. Honestly, it's all about the details. And I love that the Disney parks celebrate and decorate the parks to the different seasons every year. It's so cute. Also, a very popular photo spot, as you can see behind me. And as soon as you enter the park, you've got these beautiful Halloween decorations on the Main Street station. So it says Happy Halloween in the middle. You've got a Mickey pumpkin. You've got some ghosts everywhere, and also a silhouette of Goofy, Donald, Mickey and Minnie, and this makes for a really cool photo opportunity as well. Even though unfortunately at the moment they do have some walls up over there, it's still a good photo spot, I would say. And one of my other favorite things actually about the Halloween season is to see all the plants and the different colors, the autumnal colors if you will. They are so beautiful, the details everywhere. But of course that's just the start. We're just at the Main Street station, the entrance of the park before heading into Main Street. There is so much more decorations around. Now the two main places decorated for the Halloween season are firstly Main Street and Town Square especially. So in Town Square you'll find loads of ghosts. They've basically taken over Town Square, and from time to time actually you might be able to hear them have a little woo, which is so much fun. And something fun you can actually do if you're visiting during the Halloween season is to go around Town Square and look at all the ghosts and see which one's your favorite, see if you connect with any of them specifically. My personal favorite ghost is this dude over here, who's been around Disneyland Paris every Halloween season for the past, I want to say, 9 or 10 years, and he's still in pain. Every year when I visit for the Halloween season, I hope to see him feeling a little bit better, but unfortunately, he seems to always be in pain, and it's toothache because we're actually in front of a dental school, in case you didn't know. These are all the fun details about Main Street USA, but yes, if you're visiting for the Halloween season, please come here and send my love to him. But Main Street USA and Town Square are not the only places that are decorated for the Halloween season, even though I think they're probably my favorites. There's also one more part of the park that's decorated. The next land in the park that's also decorated is Frontierland, and you can see even at the entrance, they've got that cute Mickey pumpkin head on the top. And as soon as you enter, you see pumpkin people literally everywhere. And whilst I don't personally like them as much as I like the ghosts on Main Street, they are still really fun photo opportunities, and they bring color to Frontierland, and they go so well as well with the entire theming of the land. Very quickly, I also wanted to let you know of this year's magic shot for Halloween 2025, and you're going to find that at the entrance of Frontierland, and this year is with Miguel. It's quite a fun one. If you have photo pass, then go and give it a go. Here's what mine looks like. But if you carry on walking in Frontierland towards the direction of Cowboy Cookout and past Big Thunder Mountain, you'll also find a lot of Coco and Mexican inspired theming everywhere, and that part of Frontierland and decorations I really do enjoy because again it brings so much color to the land. There's beautiful flowers everywhere, the skeletons look so fun and interesting, they all have gorgeous costumes as well. So again, another really fun spot for photo opportunities if you're visiting during the Halloween season. You can also find this somewhat terrifying pumpkin Mickey, which again makes a really fun photo spot, and this has been around for several years. Again, I remember taking a photo here maybe in 2018, and I love that he's still here with us. So again, if you are visiting Disneyland Paris during the Halloween season, I would say take your time with it. They have so many decorations in Frontierland and Main Street USA that you can really have so much fun just going around having a look at them all. Now, one of the most fun parts of any season at Disneyland Paris are the characters, and for the Halloween season they have plenty around with their special Halloween costumes. Now, for most of these character meets, you are able to just physically queue, get in line and meet them, but there are a couple that I need to mention right now. Firstly, Jack and Sally. Jack is debuting his new skeleton face, if you will, so very popular, also in a new location at the end of Frontierland. The only way to meet him and Sally are through a virtual queue, and the virtual queue, you can find it on the official Disneyland Paris app. It goes live twice a day, normally at 9:45 a.m. and another time at 14 o'clock, so 2 p.m. You have to be very fast to get them because these character meets are extremely popular. Everybody wants to meet them, especially Jack and Sally, because they have a new location this year. So if you want to be successful in meeting them, you have to be on the app 3 or 4 minutes before the virtual queue opens, and just refresh constantly until the time is there, and just have your fingers crossed that it all works out, because like I said, they're extremely popular. It's almost like a competitive exercise in Disneyland Paris, and the slots do get taken up within about 5 or 6 seconds, so you have to be really quick, especially for Jack and Sally, like I said. The other character that's a virtual queue is Phantom Mickey, who normally meets in front of Phantom Manor in Frontierland, but he's not exclusive to the Halloween season, so if you're visiting any other time of the year, you should still be able to find him here. And because of that, actually, Phantom Manor's virtual queue isn't quite as popular as Jack's skeletons. Now, that doesn't mean you can relax. You still need to be on the app a couple of minutes before it goes live because it will still go very quickly. It's just probably going to go within about 20 seconds rather than the 5 seconds with Jack and Sally. But even though he's around for most of the year, he's still a very fun character to meet, especially during Halloween time. The rest of the Halloween characters out are your regular standard character meet, so you don't have to worry about a virtual queue. You just get in line, have your patience, and hopefully you should be able to meet them. But some that I really want to mention in this video in particular are Stitch. Stitch is out every day in the mornings until early afternoon in front of Casey's Corner, and he is extremely popular. I'm telling you, queues can go up to like 3-4 hours some days. So if you want to meet him, I would recommend coming here during extra magic time if you have access to that. Otherwise, just be prepared to wait because that's the only way you can meet him. The queue is really not fun. I did it yesterday and I was in line for 2.5 hours, even though I actually got here during extra magic time. So yeah, there really is no other way around it. People love Stitch in Disneyland Paris. So if you're dedicated to him, just join the queue and maybe bring a book or something with you or play a game with your friends and family. Another very popular character during the Halloween season would be the Cheshire Cat. He meets at the back of Fantasyland next to Casey Jr. And he's another one that, like I said, can get very long queues. The problem with him as well is that he only tends to meet in the afternoon times. I think his first set starts at 2:30 p.m. So again, you have to be patient if you want to meet him. Lines can get up to 3-4 hours on some days. But he is a really fun character to meet and quite rare as well. You don't really see him out and about in many of the other parks. So again, if you're up for the queue, go for it. I wish you the best. Some other fun characters you can meet during the Halloween season are Minnie in her beautiful mariachi outfit, and she meets in Frontierland, normally from morning time until early afternoon, and then from around 4 or 5 p.m. onwards, she switches with Miguel from Coco, another very fun meet. But definitely make sure to check the official Disneyland Paris app because all the time should be on there. We've also got Goofy, my bae, meeting in Frontierland. He's wearing a skeleton outfit, and he's honestly one of my favorite characters to meet any time of the year, but especially during the Halloween. I just love his costume. We've also got Chip and Dale meeting in Adventureland, and again, they are two of my favorite characters to me. They are so cheeky, so much fun, and their Halloween costumes are adorable. This year, they also sometimes hang around in Walt Disney Studios with some new outfits, so that's quite fun too. A couple of other spooky characters that you can meet this month are Jafar, who isn't exclusive to the Halloween season, but he can normally be seen in Adventureland in the Agrabah area of it in front of the magical lamp, and he is absolutely terrifying, but in a very funny way. Then we've also got Captain Hook in Adventureland in front of the pirate ship, and his queue isn't normally too long, so if you want to meet at least one villain when you're visiting in the Halloween season, then I would recommend going for him. You can also sometimes find the Queen of Hearts in Fantasyland, and last but not least, we've got Tigger at the top of Main Street in Town Square, and I love his costume. He looks so cute. Again, the hours for all of these characters should be on the official app, so make sure to check because sometimes they can change from day to day, and I would highly recommend getting there about half an hour before they start because every single one of them is popular, and for most of them you will have to wait at least 45 minutes. If you like characters though, another place that you might want to visit and hang around a little bit at during the Halloween season is Fantasyland in the castle courtyard. So right in front of the castle and the other side of the castle because the villains have taken over, but they're not official character meet and greets, so you never know who you're going to see and you never know what time they're going to be out and about. Normally they start hanging around from around 11 a.m. until maybe like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, but again, it depends. You can never guarantee if you're actually going to meet them or not, but you will see them, and if you're lucky you can have interactions with them, but you have to let them choose you because they're villains after all. They're the boss. If they decide to have a fun moment with you, then they will let you know. They will make sure to let you know. Otherwise you can just see them from afar and enjoy seeing them being their evil selves throughout Fantasyland. New for this year's Halloween season is one of the things that I've enjoyed the most this year actually, and that is the Unlucky Nugget Saloon in Frontierland. Now if you don't know, the Lucky Nugget Saloon is a restaurant that's available every day of the year here in Disneyland Paris' Frontierland, but for the season of Halloween, some ghosts, some spooky ghosts have taken over, so there's an overlay, and that's why it's now called the Unlucky Nugget Saloon. And the theming in there, the details are excellent. They're so spooky, the lighting, everything. I would highly recommend you check out my separate video that I've done about the Unlucky Nugget Saloon if you want to see more details, because if you're a Disneyland Paris fan, if you love theme park history, if you love Phantom Manor especially, then I would say it's definitely worth your visit. What I will say though is that it's extremely popular, so if you're visiting especially on busy days, so I'm filming this on a Saturday, it's the weekend, or at busy hours, so lunch times can be extremely busy, dinner times, I would say try and avoid those times if you can. Maybe come between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. because this restaurant is walk-ups only. There is no way for you to make a reservation. You just have to join the queue and wait until they have a table available for you. But the Unlucky Nugget Saloon is not the only place where you can find some spooky Halloween snacks. They have so many this year, more than I've ever seen actually in Disneyland Paris, which is definitely a good thing. Well done, Disneyland Paris. Now again, I have made a full video trying almost every single one of the snacks offered for the Halloween season this year in Disneyland Paris, so I'll leave the link to that down below. You can check it out if you'd like to. But some of my favorites would be the brookies that you can find at Market House Deli. There's a couple of them. One is the Evil Queen, one is the Old Hag, and honestly both of them were absolutely delicious. They also offer a couple of ice creams this year, one at the March Hare, which is Cinderella themed, and then a Jack Skellington one from the Gibson Girl ice cream parlor, and that one I tried earlier today and it was really, really lovely. The Boardwalk Candy Palace also has quite a few snacks, so definitely worth popping in to see what they have. But again, if you'd like to see a full Disneyland Paris Halloween food tour for 2025, then check out my video link down below. It goes through every single detail with the prices and where to find them exactly, so hopefully that can help you out. One thing I definitely want to mention here though is that if you like burgers, especially interesting burgers, then the Halloween burger at Annette's Diner this year is phenomenal. I tried it last night and it's one of the best ones they've done, so definitely check that out if you like burgers. One of the absolute highlights of the Halloween season at Disneyland Paris is Mickey's Halloween celebration, which is basically a parade that happens normally twice a day. The first one is normally at 15:25 and it starts from It's a Small World, and it kind of goes around the parade route, although it does have a show stop in front of the castle, which is very, very fun. And then it continues making its way down Main Street and ends in Town Square. The second parade is normally at 17 o'clock, and that's going to go the opposite way. So it's going to start at the top of Main Street in Town Square, go through Main Street again, and then get to the castle. Again, there will be a show stop in Central Plaza, and then it's going to carry its way to It's a Small World. Now, this parade is not to be missed if you love Halloween. It's one of the highlights of the season, and the music alone is so fun and catchy and puts me in a Halloween/autumnal mood anytime I listen to it. The Vive la Vie, so much fun. And you get to see so many characters in Halloween costumes, so if you don't want to have to queue up too long for the character meets, then this is a good chance for you to actually see the characters, maybe wave at them, see them perform, see them dance. The Phantom will be there, Mickey of course will be there, Pooh, Tigger, Donald, and actually for this year we have some new characters joining us, such as Jose and Panchito from the Three Caballeros, and Chip and Dale have new costumes. So yeah, tons of fun, definitely don't miss it. And because I mentioned they have show stops in front of the castle in Central Plaza, then I would say that's probably one of the best places to be because you feel the most immersed there. And if you're new to Disneyland Paris, then this is basically where Central Plaza is. Right in the middle in front of the castle, you've got 4 different stages, and for both of the parades the characters will go on stage and perform a little dance number in the middle of it. So if you want to be completely immersed, then this is the best place to be. Another popular spot is just right here in front of the castle. Then you'll get a chance to see the floats coming through. Unfortunately not every single float and definitely not every character will go past, but it does give you a pretty nice shot of the characters in front of the castle. So yeah, you have options. There really isn't one perfect spot for the Halloween parade at Disneyland Paris. Depending on which character you want to see, there's different places you can sit. And if you really want to see all the parades, then the best place to watch it from would be Main Street itself, because then it's almost like an actual parade and you'll be able to see every single one of them go past you one by one. Now for those of you who like shopping, like I do, then there is loads of new merch this year for the Halloween season, and I have actually already filmed a full merch tour video for this year's Halloween season at Disneyland Paris. I go through literally every single merchandise item they have with prices and everything, so if you're interested, I'm going to leave the link to that down below. You can check it out after you finish watching this, but there is a lot. All your typical things like lounge flies, there's even Crocs this year, so you have plenty of options if you're coming here to find some new merch for the Halloween season. But one of my favorite things actually to do every season at Disneyland Paris is to have a look at the windows. The display windows in the shops are so much fun to look at, and as you can see here we've got Goofy, kind of reminds me a little bit of Wizard of Oz with his hat, and then the beautiful Sleeping Beauty castle over here. But there is plenty of display windows around the park that you can check out and take photos of, enjoy it, appreciate them. The details are what makes this park so fun. And if you're wondering what the best 2 shops are to find Halloween merch at this year, the first one is Flora's Boutique, which is at top of Main Street. They have basically the full range there, and it's very nicely decorated as well. But my personal favorite shop with Halloween merch at Disneyland Paris every year is Thunder Mesa Mercantile, which is a big shop in Frontierland. That's actually where I filmed the Disneyland Paris Halloween 2025 merchandise tour video. So yeah, you've got 2 options. New for this year, they have a Halloween scavenger hunt, which is sponsored by M&M's, and to get that you just have to go to any cast member wearing red, or if you ask cast member at the character location, so where Tigger meets, where Mickey meets, I believe Jack and Sally as well, the cast member will give you the scavenger hunt for free, and then it takes you around all the lands, I believe, and from what I've heard, it can be quite fun. It should take between maybe 30 minutes and an hour, depending on how well you know the park. I have actually spotted some of the props in the different lands, and they look really cool, and some of them are very nicely detailed. So if you're looking for something free to do, especially on a busy day, perhaps when all the other lines are very busy, then maybe take out 45 minutes of your time and give it a go. I've heard it can be quite fun, especially for little ones, and it's nice that it takes you around the park as well, every single land. And once you've completed it, once it's finished, then you go to the Boardwalk Candy Palace and get your present. And the present is a little M&M box, and 15% off anything you buy from the Candy Palace. But by far my personal favorite thing about the Halloween season in 2025 is what happens in the evening. So when it gets dark, around maybe 7 or 8 p.m, main studio SA is going to have some projections on its building, and they look so cool, so detailed, so spooky, and from time to time you might even experience some smoke effects. Honestly, I experienced this a couple of days ago on the first day of Halloween, and I was blown away. So hopefully you're seeing some footage of it right now, but honestly, it's another thing that I would say don't miss if you're visiting Disneyland Paris during the Halloween season. And I love that Disneyland Paris is doing it this year, especially comparing Disneyland Paris to the likes of Walt Disney World, for instance, where when it comes to Halloween, they only really have ticketed events, so guests coming to the parks during the day don't really get to experience too much Halloween. Ooh, look at the wind. Getting really spooky. But yeah, the fact that there's so much happening around the Halloween season in Disneyland Paris, especially, like I said, those projections in the evening with the smoke effects, it's so spooky, it's so fun, it's very Halloweeny, and like I said, for me, one of my highlights. But of course, the Halloween fun doesn't just stop in the parks. If you visit any of the official Disneyland Paris hotels throughout the Halloween season, then you will find them all decorated in their own way. And this year in 2025, for the first time, the Disneyland Hotel has also been decorated for the Halloween season, which is quite cool. And anybody can visit these hotels. You don't have to be staying as a guest in those hotels to go and visit the lobby. So again, if you have some spare time, if you want to have a bit of a break from the parks, then go to one of the hotels, enjoy the Halloween decorations, maybe grab yourself a drink there. But with that, we have come to the end of this video, this Halloween guide for Disneyland Paris in 2025. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you found it informative. If you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate you giving it a like, and you can also subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so. Also, you can follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see more of me. I post on a daily basis, and I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for watching this video, and also a massive shout out and thank you to my lovely Patreon members and my YouTube members. You guys are absolutely amazing. And with that being said, I'm going to love you and leave you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.